guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, like, subscribe, I know you wanna. So honestly, I did not see myself ever talking about this Raven person again, but here we are. So many of you probably found my videos through me earlier this year covering the whole situation where Jake Webber, Johnny Gilbert and Carrington received loads of backlash as this girl named Raven spoke out and alleged that there was roofied at Johnny Gilbert's Halloween party last year. And then allegedly after that they got groped by two guys, the story blew up, and that's why my videos covering the drama done well, at least for me, you know, like 30,000 views for me. Oh, love that. So as you can imagine, Jake Webber, Johnny Gilbert and Carrington took serious heat for this whole situation, as there was so much misinformation. People were just not understanding the story fully, and that's why I kept making all my videos, you know, really going in depth in the situation, because everyone was just getting it so wrong. So many people literally thought it was Jake, Johnny that raped them and roofied them, which was not the case at all. Raven themselves never actually said it was Jake, Johnny at all. So I don't know why people were assuming that. I think it's just because the gravity of the situation and then throwing Jake Webber and Johnny Gilbert and Carrington's name into that one video that they done.
I've been going in a downward spiral ever since October because I went to an influencer party. To be specific, I went to Johnny Gilbert's Halloween party, and at this party I got extremely inebriated. I believe that I got roofied.
I think just made some people who didn't watch it properly just jump to conclusions and assumed that it was the guys that done that when it wasn't. Raven's story was just all allegations, all speculation. There was no evidence of anything, but you know, people ran with it. Anyway, essentially it all got sorted. Jake Webber and Johnny addressed it. Raven even apologized to Johnny as it had nothing to do with him at all. He wasn't even there at the party. He had left with his girlfriend when it was all kicking off with Raven. Also, the more time went on, people noticed that Raven's story kept changing here and there, and I know a lot of people are like, well, people who go through trauma, they, you know, are not going to remember everything, and I fully understand that. But at the same time, if you're alleging that someone like Carrington's your best mate and people are assuming that Carrington let you in the party, but then you're going on leaving comments saying that it's just what you do in LA, you just crash into parties, you know, you're changing your story there. So I think what actually happened, which is what Jake Webber also basically said when he first addressed the situation, which a lot of people seem to forget, that Raven clearly got drunk, crashed the party, acted up, probably was on, you know, sniffing stuff, completely crashed out, really embarrassed themselves, felt really bad about it, and then I think that's why they came up with this whole, oh, I was roofied. It's just because they felt so embarrassed and they wanted some excuse as to explain why they were acting the way they were. And that's just my take. You can prove me wrong, I'm open to it. In my personal opinion, I do believe something happened to Raven that night, but it had zero to do with Jake, Johnny and Carrington. And I feel especially Carrington unfairly received loads of backlash for all this misinformation out there. So many people were even commenting on my videos saying that they thought it was Carrington that raped or roofied Raven, which just never ever happened. And in my opinion, it was all Raven not being clear of all the stories that they're making. And also the fact Raven deleted all of their videos where they spoke about the situation, so nobody can actually look back at the timeline and figure it all out. The only source is literally my YouTube channel, but unfortunately, you know, I'm a small tiny little YouTuber. People aren't, you know, my videos don't go super viral. I don't think everyone knows that my YouTube channel is a source of explaining that whole situation in depth. So a lot of people are still running around there now to this day with all this misinformation, thinking that Jake and Johnny and Carrington done some massive plan to roofie this girl, which is never the case. To me, it's clear Raven clearly has mental health issues. They abuse drugs, they drink loads of alcohol. So like I said, it's clear to me they just crashed Jake Webber's party, acted insane, felt embarrassed and tried to say there was roofie to justify their actions. I did also receive quite a few comments, because obviously I don't care about Raven, I personally don't care about Raven, but a lot of people were saying that this isn't the first time that Raven has apparently lied on people, made up stories, been emotionally manipulative, and due to how they come across in many of their videos, I can completely believe that. I mean, when I was prepping for this video, I literally looked on their TikTok page and there's like a recent video of them crashing out over their eyebrows growing back.
The lion doesn't even give a fuck. The lion doesn't give a fuck. The lion is great. The lion is better than ever. Better bag your tears in until waste.
So I was like, oh, okay, looks like they're still just as unhinged as before and nothing has changed. But anyway, that's just a little backstory for you guys who have no idea who Raven is. But most of us on my channel feel like we all know who they are. So anyway, as we know, Jake Webber has been receiving backlash due to a TikTok going viral showing one of Jake Webber's ex-girlfriends alleging that they was being abused by Jake Webber. So under that video, Raven ended up responding to a comment, and here is what they said. So the person who left the comment originally said, yeah, I unfollowed him on everything after the whole Raven situation happened. Raven actually saw this and commented commented underneath, "It's really hurtful the way everyone is speaking in these comments right now, because why didn't anyone listen to me when I experienced the shit that I did?" And then the person replied to Raeven saying, "What I'm saying, I love you though, girl." So now what's interesting, before I give my opinion on that, is Raeven then went to tag themselves from that original comment and completely removed their comment altogether. Probably due to them getting backlash for that comment once again. Reading that comment, I was like, why are they inserting themselves in a situation that literally has nothing to do with them? Once again, spreading this false narrative that Jake Webber abused them or something, when we all know that is BS. I thought Raeven and Jake Webber were cool. Raeven even made a TikTok saying that them and Jake are fine. Jake Webber invited Raeven round his house and they hashed it all out. Apparently it was all good now. Obviously that was all BS, and Raeven, I guess, just hates Jake Webber now. It just ends up perpetuating this false narrative that Jake and Johnny and Carrington somehow done something to him at that party, when there's been no evidence of that. Raeven's even changed their stories. Raeven's even said that they're fine with Johnny and Jake, and now they're switching up on that. So overall, it's just not a very good look for Raeven to leave a comment that says that. So you can see why Raeven was getting backlash probably and has removed themselves from the comment altogether. You know, like, if Jake Webber did abuse them, then let's let everyone know. Be accurate about the story. What did Jake do to you? Do you have evidence of it? You know, speak out about it. But as the story so far is, Jake just threw them out of the party because they were crashing out and acting unhinged and were unwelcome and not invited to Jake Webber's party. Or Johnny Gilbert's Halloween party, but obviously it's at Jake Webber's house, so he's kind of like in control. So it's just like, oh, here we go again, you know? Like, what is the need for Raeven to even leave that comment? I don't know. And I think if these allegations are true about Jake Webber and the situation progresses further, I think Raeven will be at the forefront, dragging him just because they don't like his fans for the amount of hate they received earlier this year. And, you know, I think Raeven will be the first one to just jump on the whole I hate Jake Webber bandwagon. But I feel like most people kind of know by now, it's Raeven, they crash out, act unhinged, everything that comes out of their mouth you really can't really believe. There's no evidence for anything that they ever say. You can't really take them seriously, and this is why, you know, a lot of fans who originally saw the Raeven situation were like, oh, that's awful, blah blah blah, but then when the story unfolded, people were like, wait a minute, this Raeven girl isn't really saying much sense. They're changing their story, and many people kind of just over it now. They're like, you know what, that Raeven girl really didn't do themselves any favors by keep yapping about it and getting drunk and doing all this stuff on TikTok, which has made them look like an unreliable source. I noticed Raeven did make a video saying how they abuse substances and are mentally unwell and is trying to do better, just confirming all of my suspicions that I originally had of Raeven anyway. But here's the clip right here for you guys.
There's a fuck ton of people on this app that make baseless claims about me being a liar, which is crazy because I have been so honest on this app. So I guess this is one thing I did want to talk about, actually, just in full vulnerability and honesty, because I really do share like pretty much everything about my life online, and I think it's important because I do struggle with a lot of things that are relatable to people and I've been told have helped people, and I think this is just another thing that maybe can help somebody out there. I don't know. As of today, I am 2 days sober from drinking and going out in the snow. Anybody that listens to my music too should know, like, yes, I've got a substance abuse problem. Like, I wouldn't say it's necessarily an addiction problem because I don't have like a dependency on substances. It's more so like when I go through traumatic things, which is very frequently, I just tend to numb things that way. And so when life is really good, I just don't have a desire to really partake in that kind of behavior, or as much, I guess. It's one thing, occasional drink here and there are great, but not like binge drinking Tito's when I am depressed. Like, that's not okay, and I need to stop doing that. As of today, I am 2 days sober from drinking and from going to play in the snow. So I just want to talk about too why it's been so difficult for me lately, just my mental health and how that plays into it. And, you know, as a content creator on this app and someone who has received a lot of backlash on this app, I think it's important too to talk about, you know, the realness, the real side of that, and what I do struggle with on a daily basis. They say, you know, like, don't let your ops see you when you're down, but in full honesty, I'm a human being, and I have let comments get to me. I've let a ton of comments get to me. It's just been really hard. It really has. I spent so much time like just trying to like convince people to believe me, and I think that was so much wasted time. That's the other thing. People be making shit up about me like crazy, and so many people would just run with it, which that's not okay. Like, I don't know. In any other situation with anybody else online, that's never been okay. So I don't know why with me things are different, but it's just been really difficult, and I've been coping in very unhealthy ways, just overall struggling mentally, and I've contemplated deleting my account. I've contemplated quitting this app several times. In February, I was extremely suicidal. I was not doing good. I was not okay. I blacked out and hurt myself and don't remember. I woke up with burns on my arms, and like, it's the disgusting DMs I was getting from grown adults telling me that I deserved it, I asked for it, they hope it happens again. Like, like, I don't know, like, I know those people are crazy and not well in the head, and you have to be miserable in your own life to want to go say some shit like that to somebody else, but it's still, it was just like, it was the energy from those words, that negativity, that disgusting negativity. Like, I did not need that. I was super traumatized. I still am traumatized. I didn't care if people didn't like me or were commenting on other shit. Like, people were just coming out of left field to tell me I was a fucking whore, or like tell me that I was a because of how I dress, or like tell me I'm ugly, or like I ruined people's careers, when people didn't listen to me from the beginning. Like, nobody actually listened to the words that were coming out of my mouth. So many people just ran with shit, and that wasn't fair. It's just been really hard, and I think I just need people to realize that too. I know people think this app and just everything online is just not real, and it's just fucking stupid and bullshit, and it's all fun and games, but it's really not. Like, I'm a real person. I have BPD, I have really bad anxiety, I have really bad depression. Like, I didn't leave my bed until 6 p.m. yesterday because I was just, you know, thinking about all this. I've been wanting to post this video for a while, but it's just been hard. I'm doing good. I'm gonna be fine. It's just, please be kind to people on the internet, and especially when it comes to like super serious situations. Like, it doesn't matter if you think that I was angry or like a bitch in those videos. It doesn't matter what you thought about how I delivered that. It's the fact that like I did go through what I went through. I'm a super traumatized person because of what I went through. Like, a little empathy wouldn't have hurt. I wasn't really posting that to garner sympathy either. It was just like, there was no reason for anybody to come on here and be like, you're a fucking liar and I hope it happens again. Like, I don't want to have to leave the internet because of some dumb shit that people are saying to me that I shouldn't be taking to heart anyways. I'm not planning on leaving the internet, but I think it's important that I do draw everybody's attention to this and just be a human being, honestly, and just say like, hey, this is what's up. I'm not blaming anybody for like my actions and, you know, the ways that I'm like self-sabotaging myself. I'm not blaming anybody for that. I'm just saying this is how I'm feeling right now and why. And yeah, that's it. I just wanted to come on here and be honest. You can hate me, you could think I'm a horrible person, you could think I'm a pathological liar, whatever the fuck you want to make up about me, I don't care. But there's no reason to be saying that shit to me. There's no reason to, still months later, when I've dropped, I don't name names anymore. Like, I'm not talking about it like that. I haven't used this issue for clout at all. Like, I had a following. I had 500,000 followers before I posted about that whole situation.
And that was from like a few months ago, and we do have recent videos of them like crashing out over eyebrows growing back and all this like other unhinged stuff. It's just like, they're clearly a mentally unwell person that needs help. So, but I feel like the majority of people who, you know, keep up with anything to do with this whole situation, anything to do with Raeven, are fully aware they're not very mentally stable. By the way guys, sorry if my hair's a bit of a mess. I was sweating earlier running around the city that I live in, but we make do, honey. But anyway guys, that's the update for this situation. I definitely want to hear from you guys, because I feel like a lot of people are like, oh my god, the Raeven girl's back, crazy. But anyway guys, that is everything for this video. Let me know down below, what do you guys think of all this mess? I want to hear from you guys. Let's have a kiki, let's have a chit chat, and like and subscribe to my channel for more of me. I know you want to, baby. Hit the bell notification to be notified and pop up on the screen with a new video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. Mwah.